Taking risks in life is something that many people shy away from, fearing failure or the unknown. But today, I want to talk about why embracing risk is not just important, but essential for growth, progress, and fulfillment. Life, in its essence, is about taking chances, stepping outside of our comfort zones, and learning to thrive in the face of uncertainty. Without risk, we remain stagnant, confined to the safety of what we already know. But when we take risks, we open the door to countless possibilities, to transformation, and to the life we truly desire. Now, I know risk can be daunting. It's easy to stay in the comfort of what's familiar, even if it's not making us happy, because we fear the unknown. But the truth is, every single achievement, every success story, and every breakthrough in human history started with someone taking a risk. Think about the greatest inventions, the most successful businesses, and the most inspiring lives. They all have one thing in common. They required someone to step out of their comfort zone, to face the possibility of failure, and to keep moving forward regardless of the odds. Risk, in its purest form, is an act of courage. It requires us to be vulnerable, to acknowledge that we don't have control over every outcome, and to trust that no matter what happens, we will be able to handle it. And that's what makes it so powerful. Because when we take a risk, we're not just testing the waters of what's possible, we're also testing our own capacity to grow, adapt, and rise above challenges. Every time we take a risk, we learn something new about ourselves, about what we're capable of, and about how much more resilient we are than we initially thought. But let me clarify something here. Taking risks doesn't mean throwing caution to the wind or acting recklessly. It's not about being impulsive or making decisions without thought. It's about being intentional, about choosing to take calculated risks that push us to become better versions of ourselves. It's about saying, I am willing to step into the unknown, knowing that I might fail, but also knowing that I could succeed in ways I've never imagined. It's about believing in the possibility of greatness, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. In fact, failure is an integral part of taking risks. It's not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. Failure teaches us lessons that success cannot. It teaches us resilience, humility, patience, and perseverance. When you fail, you are not defeated. You are given an opportunity to rise again, wiser and stronger. Think about all the great people who have faced setbacks in their lives: Steve Jobs, Thomas Edison, Oprah Winfrey. These individuals didn't become successful because they avoided failure. They became successful because they learned from it, grew from it, and kept pushing forward. They knew that every failure was simply a stepping stone to something greater. And let's be honest, here is no real growth in playing it safe. If we only stick to what we already know, we limit our potential. We stay within the boundaries of our comfort zone. But our comfort zone doesn't stretch us. It doesn't challenge us. It doesn't make us better. Growth happens when we push past those boundaries, when we venture into new territory, when we allow ourselves to be uncomfortable. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's risky. But without that discomfort, we remain the same. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to stay the same. I want to evolve, to reach new heights, to experience life at its fullest. Risk is not just about big, life-altering decisions. It's also about the smaller, everyday risks. The risk of speaking up when you have something important to say. The risk of trying something new. The risk of setting a bigger goal, or the risk of taking that first step toward your dreams. It's about showing up for yourself, even when you are not sure what the outcome will be. Every time you choose to take a step into the unknown, you are developing the muscle of resilience. You are building the courage to face whatever comes your way, and you are expanding your capacity for success. Sometimes, the greatest risk is not taking any risks at all. It's staying stuck in the safety of your current situation because you are afraid of change. But what if change is exactly what you need to unlock your potential? What if stepping out of your comfort zone is the catalyst for everything you've ever wanted? You won't know unless you take that risk. The life you've always dreamed of is just on the other side of fear, just on the other side of risk. Think about the power of possibility. When you take a risk, you give yourself the chance to achieve something extraordinary. You give yourself permission to fail, but more importantly, you give yourself permission to succeed. And success doesn't always look the way we expect it to. It might not happen on the first try, or even the second, but with every attempt, with every risk you take, you get closer to your goals. You gain experience, confidence, and clarity. And eventually, you'll find yourself looking back and realizing that the risks you took, no matter how difficult they seemed at the time, were the very things that led you to where you are now. So, I urge you today, don't let fear hold you back. Don't let the comfort of the known prevent you from exploring the unknown. Be willing to take that leap of faith, to embrace the uncertainty, to take that risk. Know that failure is not the end, but a lesson. And know that every risk you take is a step closer to the life you are meant to live. You are capable of so much more than you realize. So take the risk, embrace the challenge, and watch yourself transform. The world is waiting for you to step into your greatness. It's time to take that risk and see what happens next. Taking risks is not just about making a bold move. It's about putting your heart on the line, opening yourself up to the possibility of both joy and pain. It's about trusting that the courage you have within you is greater than any fear that tries to hold you back. And yes, it's scary. It's terrifying to step into the unknown, to face the possibility of failure, to risk everything you've built for something you want more. But here is something beautiful about that fear, because when you feel fear, it means you are on the verge of growth. It means you are alive. You are human. And you are choosing to fight for a future that is bigger than what you've known. There will be moments in life where you'll stand at the edge of a decision, and everything inside you will scream, "Don't do it." You'll question your worth, your ability, and the uncertainty will weigh so heavily on your heart that it feels impossible to move forward. But that's the moment where magic happens. That's the moment where your future self is silently cheering you on, begging you to take that step. Because on the other side of that fear, on the other side of that risk, is a life that is waiting to be lived. A version of you that is waiting to be discovered. When you take a risk, you are not just betting on success, you are betting on yourself. You are trusting that you have everything it takes to handle whatever comes your way. It's a statement to the universe that you are ready for the challenges, ready for the heartache, ready for the joy, and ready for the triumphs that only come to those who dare to dream big. Every single risk you take is an act of faith, a belief that no matter the outcome, you are capable of creating something beautiful from it. You will stumble, you will fall, but you will get up. And each time you get up, you become more powerful. You become more confident in who you are and what you are capable of. The truth is, the greatest regret in life isn't failure. It's the regret of never having tried, of never having taken that leap of faith, of never having allowed yourself the chance to find out just how strong, how resilient, and how extraordinary you are. When you play it safe, you avoid the hurt, yes, but you also avoid the potential for greatness. You avoid the beauty of transformation that comes only when you allow yourself to take risks. And I know this from my own heart. The pain of staying stuck, of letting fear hold you back, is far greater than the pain of failure. So, choose to take risks not because they're easy, but because they're worth it. Choose to take risks because your dreams, your passion, and your heart deserve the chance to shine. Choose to take risks because the life you've been longing for is waiting, and it's only a leap away. The risk might scare you, it might make you doubt yourself, but trust me, the reward is worth it. You are worth it. And when you look back, you'll see that every single risk was a step toward the person you were always meant to become.